Hi, I'm Alane Adams, and today I'm going to be reading you my picture book, The Circus Thief. Now, The Circus Thief takes place in the 1920s and is a story of a boy who gets to go to the circus one day. Here we go. Georgie peeked into the kitchen. Papa sat at the table eating his supper. Mama was washing dishes at the sink. He stepped into the room. Papa, can I talk to you? What is it, son? It's just... Georgie crept closer. I've done all my chores this week. I picked up the eggs and fed the pigs. Papa frowned. And I suppose you think you deserve a reward for that? Georgie nodded. I think it would be real nice if you gave me $1. There was silence. Mama stopped washing dishes and Papa set his fork down. Now, why would I give you $1 for something you ought to do? Should I charge you for that pair of shoes you're wearing? Georgie looked down at his shiny new boots. No, Papa. Should I charge you for that new coat I bought you? No. Georgie shuffled his feet. It's just the circus is in town and I was hoping I could go. Papa's eyebrows went up. The circus is in town, you say? Georgie stepped closer. Yes, sir. There's going to be a man that gets shot out of a cannon. Georgie had read all about it at the poster on the hardware store. There were even going to be elephants. Papa rubbed his jaw. And you say you did all your chores this week? Yes, sir. Just ask Mama. Georgie held his breath as he looked at Mama. Mama nodded as she wiped a dish. It's true, Papa. Why, he fairly flew out the door this morning to feed those chickens. Papa picked up his fork and went back to his supper. Maybe we can check it out. See what all the fuss is about? I always did love the circus. The next day, Georgie could hardly wait for breakfast to be over. His friend Harley waited outside for him. Did he really say you could go? Did he really? Harley said, hopping from foot to foot. Yep. Georgie had hardly slept a wink the night before. Boy, I wish I could go. I hear there's a lady with a beard. Can you imagine that? Papa came out holding his keys. He nodded at Harley. What are you doing here, boy? Georgie jumped up. Papa, can Harley go with us? Please, please, please. Harley kicked at the dirt. It's okay. I don't have any money for a ticket. Papa just sighed. Get in the truck, both of you. Georgie grinned at Harley, and the two boys hurried to the truck before Papa changed his mind. The circus had set up their tents on the edge of town. Flags fluttered and flapped in the breeze. An elephant walked by on large gray legs and let out a loud trumpet blast with its trunk. Harley's eyes grew round. Did you see that, Georgie? It was an elephant, a real live elephant. Why, it was the biggest animal Georgie had ever seen. Papa bought their tickets and then waved to some men he knew. You boys behave. I'll see you back here after the show. Harley dragged Georgie forward. Come on, Georgie, let's get a good seat. They made their way inside the tent and wiggled their way onto a bench up front. The place grew quiet as the ringmaster came out. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the most royal of Arabian steeds, Lady Roxy. the curtains parted and a beautiful white horse with purple silk tassels came prancing out. She made a full circle around the ring and then came to a stop in front of the two boys. "Roxy, take a bow," the ringmaster said. So Roxy bent her front leg back and bowed her head low as if the boys were royalty. "Did you see that?" Georgie said. "She was looking right at me." "Nah, she was looking at me," Harley bragged. The ringmaster continued. "Tonight will be the very last time Lady Roxy performs before she retires to green pastures and a lifetime supply of oats." Roxy reared up and flashed her hooves in the air. The ringmaster turned to her. "Tell us, Roxy, how old are you?" The horse pawed the ground once, twice, 3 times, and then waited. The ringmaster made a face. "I think you're fibbing, Roxy. You're not 3. Unless," he held up a finger, "you were counting by 5s. Roxy tossed her head. "Let's see, that's 3 times 5. That makes..." He hesitated and the crowd shouted, 15! 15, Roxy. Any more?" Roxy scratched her hoof 2 more times. 15 plus 2 more. That makes... Georgie shot out of his seat. 17, he shouted. The ringmaster turned and pointed at him. "That's right, young man. Step on down and join me." Georgie grinned at Harley and then hopped over the rail. He walked up to Roxy and rubbed her nose. She whickered softly at him. "Would you like to ride her?" the ringmaster asked. Georgie's eyes grew wide. "Would I? You bet!" He lifted Georgie onto her back. The horse trotted around the ring a few times as the crowd cheered. Georgie waved as a crewman led her out of the ring. The curtain fell shut behind them. The crewman handed the reins off to a man in a black suit. "It's the end of the line for you, Roxy," the man sneered. "You're too old to perform, and the circus can't afford to feed you." Georgie's heart dropped. "What do you mean?" "Why, this horse is going to the work farm." "You can't do that." Georgie pulled back on the reins. "She's a trained circus horse." The man tried to grab the reins, but Roxy reared up and took off like a rocket. Georgie held on for dear life. "Thief!" the man shouted. "That boy stole my horse." Roxy bolted across the field. Georgie tried to pull on the reins, but she wouldn't stop. Then Papa was there, waving his hand in front of the horse. He grabbed the reins and slowed Roxy to a stop. "Papa!" Georgie slipped down into his arms. The man in the black suit ran up. There was a crowd with him. "That boy stole my horse." "No, I didn't," Georgie said. "You scared her and she ran." Georgie looked up at Papa. "Please, Papa. He's going to make her work till she drops. Do something." Papa eyed Roxy from head to toe. "It seems a shame to waste such a beautiful animal." He ran his hand over Roxy's mane. "Perhaps we can come to an arrangement." "Now see here, I paid for her fair and square," the man said. "I reckon I can match what you paid." Papa opened his billfold and pulled out some bills, then added a few more. He crushed them into the other man's hand. The man looked at the bills, then shook his fist at Papa and turned and left. Harley burst through the crowd. "What'd I miss?" Georgie threw his arms around Roxy. We just bought ourselves a circus horse. The end.